Hello, everyone. My name is Johnny Kamer with NFL Draft Diamonds, and I am joined by Western Carolina kicker Richard McCollum today. Richard, if you'd like to introduce yourself to the people, please do.
Yeah, my name is Richard McCollum. I'm from Sanford, North Carolina, and I'm a former kicker from Western Carolina.
So I wanted to start talking about kicking in the collegiate level and like how you got there. What is getting recruited as a special teamer like? Is it different or is it the same as all other positions?
So it's definitely a different ball game, when you're getting recruited from high school going into college. Normally the recruiting process starts a little later than, all the other impact guys, but I didn't start getting some notice until probably the end of my junior year of high school. And then got some after my senior year. I didn't end up committing or getting an offer to Western until after my senior year. So
Was
after my
that
senior season, yeah,
was that tough not having like a set plan or
yeah.
did you just believe in yourself?
So it was definitely tough, because there was a little bit of time that I wasn't really sure if I was going to be able to play college ball. So it's definitely nerve wracking. A lot of specialists go through it at the high school level, but that's just part of the position, you know. But fortunately, Western gave me a shot, and it was up from there. But yeah, it was late for me, you know.
Gotcha. So fast forwarding a little bit to 2021, this is where you really got to show your skills. 12 of 12 in 10 games, hitting all your PATs. What was it like to have that season and finally show the world how good of a kicker you really are?
Um, I was actually waiting on a season like that. In the previous years, we didn't really have a good record, so we didn't really have many field goal attempts. But just going into that season, it was very exciting because it felt like I was finally getting the opportunities to showcase my skills and get out on the field and just the whole thing was just taking it, one kick at a time. Just that whole season, taking it week by week, kick by kick, and it was honestly truly special. Every every kicker wants to be perfect, and it's very hard to do so. So that season, it's a very special one for me. And I had a really good snapper, uh, and I had a really good holder. So that whole unit, that that was the real deal. So
So we touched on how good that 2021 season was, but you had an even maybe better 2022, nailing 17 and 19 of your kicks, 44-yard boot, Southern Conference Special Team Player of the Week, and a all third team Associated Press selection. Could you describe what it was like getting that national attention?
it was basically a dream come true. Since a little kid, growing up, I always wanted to be in All American, and so I remember the day when that came out. I was just filled with joy. I had accomplished a really big goal of mine. It was very cool to see, and that season, that was also it. Might have been a better year, but that one was honestly special to me too because it got my name out there a little more. In 21 on the perfect season, my name still wasn't really out there a lot, but the following season, that's when my name, started to get out there, started to get more attention, and so yeah.
So you wrapped up another good season. Now it's straight ahead to preparing for the NFL draft. Could you talk about right now what you're doing to prepare and train for the NFL?
Yeah, so I'm in Birmingham. I'm in Birmingham, Alabama right now. I'm with Coach Mike McCabe here with one-on-one kicking, and I'll be here for the next month, and we will be preparing and training for my pro day on the 28th of March. So that's what I'll be doing for the next month.
What does he have you do? Like what type of drills, what type of stuff does he have you do in a workout?
Yeah, so in the morning we have a gym here that we do, some workouts tailored for our, own things, and then on the field, we do some fine tuning form things. We do a lot of mental reps because a lot of kicking is very mental. So we do a lot of that. We do a lot of game like scenarios. We have a lot of game winning situations where we have 10 seconds run on the field, with no timeouts. We got to knock a field goal through. So we do a lot of game like things, stuff to get us ready.
You mentioned kind of that mental process. Could you explain like your routine and that process when you set up for a kick?
Yeah. So every kicker has their own routine that they do for each kick. I have mine. The key is to do the exact same thing on every kick, no matter what the moment is, no matter when in the game it is. I try to do everything the exact same when I train as I do in game. And when I train is really when I focus on the fine tuning form and, fixing mistakes and getting all that ready. So by game time, all of that is over. So I just go out there and just let it loose and let it rip and kick and, just trust in my form that I've been fine tuning when I'm training. So
And so how do you perfect that form? Do you look for certain things on film or
a, a lot of film. So one thing with Coach McCabe is every time we go and train, you can't kick a ball if you don't have your camera out. Every time your foot hits the leather, it's got to be filmed. And so that helps a lot because every kick, you see what you're doing wrong or what's not being um, consistent, stuff like that. So having a lot of film after our sessions, it allows us to, fine tune those things that we need to get better at.
what is something you wish people understood more about kicking? You talked a little bit about the mental side and other things, but there's a lot of discourse online where it's like, how did he miss that? Like, what is something you wish people understood about kicking?
Or a human. If there's going to be no such thing of a guy to make every single kick. A quarterback doesn't throw a touchdown on every single drive. So we're all human, and I mean it's harder than it looks. I definitely get the you have one job and one else in that, and that all comes with the position of it. But you know, I think people need to understand that we're human and that mistakes happen. And if they think that it's so easy, then maybe they can go and give it a shot if they like, and see how it goes.
Um, is there a kicker that you look up to or tried to model your game after? I know you're your own unique player, but is there someone in the league or past or present?
Um, Cairo Santos, he's my body size. Have the same swing. I really look at and study at how he goes about his stuff. Um, me being 5'8" and him being 5'8" and 175, it's the exact same body type as mine. So I really study him a lot and what he does, try to look at stuff that would help me in my game. And that's one kicker that I really do study a lot.
Getting away from football a little bit, who would you say is like your biggest role model? And if you have multiple, you can say that too.
Biggest one. That'd probably be my older brother. My older brother had kicked Division II at Wingate University, so I had grown up going to all of his games in high school and in college. He was he was a guy that set the way, set the path to college sports in our family. So that's definitely one of my biggest role models on and off the field.
What do you want NFL teams and fans to know about Richard McCollum, the person?
as a person. You know, it's a very um, upbringing, enthusiastic guy. You know, loves kicking, loves the game, but also values a lot of stuff off the field too. That I'm more than just a football player, and any chance I get to meet new people or make someone's day, I'm always going to take that chance. And I just want people to really feel the impact of me, of Richard McCollum off the field more than on the field. So that's a pretty big goal of mine.
Absolutely. And now some of the more fun questions I have. You get one song on the aux to pump your teammates up before a game. What song you picking?
Mm, that's a tough one. There's a that's a tough one, man. Let's see. It's tough, but it's tough to pick one. But I'm gonna go with ACDC, man. You know, I'm gonna go with them. Them they if you don't get pumped up with ACDC playing, then something's wrong with you. So yeah, I'm gonna get them on aux for sure.
No, I love AC/DC. I have a shirt.
Yeah.
Um, what is like your biggest cheat meal? Because obviously you have to be well nutritioned and all that. But if you get like a chance, cheat meal or cheat snack.
Chick-fil-A. I could eat Chick-fil-A every day. I don't obviously, but yeah, that is a really big cheat meal for me. Is Chick-fil-A, man. Yeah, for sure.
And then circling back to maybe your time at Western Carolina or even high school, who would you say is one of the most underrated players you've ever played with?
See, there's a lot of that too. I say one guy is actually at Western Carolina right now. His name is AJ Colombo. He is my exact size too, weighs less than me. Uh, he's a receiver, but that kid is tough as nails. But he is a really good player. He's a good teammate, and I think his name will be coming out here in the next season. And but yeah, that is one very very underrated player right there. Is AJ Colombo. Yeah.
And then I gotta ask, what's the max field goal you've ever made?
In game or practice?
Just ever. Like practice,
Uh,
so.
I, I'll add some wind in there too. It'll be it'll probably be 63.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, that was a while back for sure. Yeah, yeah, 63. Yeah.
And then my final question to you would be, why should NFL teams take a chance on Richard McCollum?
Me as a player, I like for any coach that I play for them to know what they're going to get day in, day out. Whether that's work ethic, whether that's positive attitude, or whether that's making field goals. I harp on consistency, and at the pro level, if you want to kick and if you want to stay in that league for quite some time, you need to be consistent on everything you do. Because there are a lot of kickers out there, but one thing that I've always harped on my whole career was technique and just bringing the same thing each and every day. And I'm a firm believer that if a coach knows what a player is going to give them at whichever time or day, then that's the guy that you want on your team. And I think that that's what I bring to the table.
Cool. Well, I appreciate you for joining me, and I'm
Yeah,
absolutely
man.
stoked to see where you go or where you sign with.
Yeah,
And I wish you the best of luck.
absolutely, man. Thank you for having me.
No
Yeah.
problem.